Entering the Garden of Peace. Close your eyes and imagine a world of pure tranquility where the worries and noise of the day gently fade away. You are standing at the entrance of a lush, sacred garden, a place where time slows down and your heart finds rest. The air is crisp and clean, filled with the scent of blooming jasmine and lavender. The sun has begun to set, casting the sky in soft pastel colors of pink, gold, and lavender. A warm breeze wraps around you like a soft blanket, calming every muscle, every thought. As you take a slow, deep breath, you feel your body relax into the quiet rhythm of this serene world. The sounds of your day grow distant, like whispers in the wind, no longer pulling you in different directions. Instead, your senses are filled with the gentle hum of nature. Birds are softly chirping their final songs before they settle into their nests for the night. Somewhere nearby, water flows from a stream, trickling in a melody that soothes your mind and soul. You take a few steps forward, your feet touching the cool, soft grass beneath you. Each step invites you deeper into this peaceful space. With each breath, you inhale a sense of calm. And as you exhale, you release any tension or worry that clings to you from the day. You are entering a space of peace, a sacred rest where nothing can disturb you. Now you find a quiet place to sit or lie down in this garden. Perhaps it's beneath a tall, old tree with leaves that whisper softly in the breeze. Or maybe it's beside the gentle stream, where the water sings as it flows over smooth stones. Wherever you choose to rest, feel the weight of the world fall away. This is a time of connection, a time when your body and spirit can align with the peace that God offers. In this sacred space, we will embark on a gentle, calming journey through some of the Bible's most peaceful and comforting moments. Each story will wrap around you like a warm blanket, guiding you into deeper relaxation, helping you drift closer to the peaceful sleep your body needs. Tonight is about letting go. It's about trusting that God holds you in the palm of His hand. Your mind may try to wander back to your day, but each time it does, gently remind yourself that this is a time for rest. Like the setting sun, Your worries and stress are fading into the distance. The light of peace is guiding you. And as we journey together through these stories, you will feel that peace sink deeper into your soul. Let's begin this peaceful journey with the story of God's rest in the beauty of creation. This story reminds us that rest is part of the divine rhythm of life, a gift given by God to renew our bodies, minds, and spirits. The promise of rest. Genesis 1. The creation. In the beginning, before the dawn of time, there was only stillness. The universe was void and empty, like a vast, quiet sea before a single wave formed. But within that stillness, something beautiful was about to happen. God spoke, and with his word, the stillness stirred. "Let there be light," he said. And at that moment, light burst forth into the universe. The darkness had met its match, and a new rhythm began. Creation unfolded at God's command. Over the next 6 days, God shaped the heavens and the earth. He separated the waters from the sky, formed the land, and spoke life into being. With each word, the world blossomed. Trees of every kind stretched toward the sky. Flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, and rivers flowed gently across the earth. The sun shone brightly during the day, while the stars and moon twinkled in the night sky, each one placed carefully by God's hand. The animals of the land, sea, and sky filled the earth, each living creature a testament to God's boundless creativity and care. Everything that God made was good. It was perfect. But the true beauty of this story lies in what happened on the seventh day. After all his work, God rested. The creator of the universe paused, not out of exhaustion, but out of satisfaction. He looked upon his creation, saw that it was good, and rested. In this rest, God offers us a powerful reminder. Even in the midst of our busy lives, filled with tasks, worries, and responsibilities, there is always time for rest. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a divine invitation. Just as God paused after creation, we too are invited to pause and reflect, to rest and restore our bodies and spirits. Take a moment now to reflect on the beauty of rest. Imagine yourself in that newly created world, surrounded by the wonders of God's creation. Picture the soft green grass beneath your feet, the gentle breeze carrying the scent of flowers, the warmth of the sun on your face. You are a part of this creation, a masterpiece in God's eyes. And just as He rested, He calls you to rest as well. Let the peace of that seventh day fill your heart. With each breath you take, feel the gift of rest washing over you. As you exhale, release any tension or anxiety you may be holding on to. This is your time to rest in the presence of God, knowing that He has created a place of peace for you. Now, let's take a gentle walk through the story of Elijah, a man who knew what it meant to be weary. Elijah had experienced many victories in his life, but there came a time when the weight of the world became too much for him. He fled into the wilderness, feeling completely exhausted and overwhelmed. Alone, in the quiet desert, Elijah sat down under a solitary tree and prayed, "I have had enough, Lord. Take my life." In this vulnerable moment, Elijah felt the kind of deep weariness that many of us know too well, the kind of weariness that touches not just the body, but the soul. He felt alone, abandoned, and ready to give up. But even in the depth of his exhaustion, God had not forgotten him. As Elijah slept beneath the tree, an angel of the Lord came to him, gently waking him with a touch. "Get up and eat," the angel said. And there beside Elijah was a simple meal of bread and water. Elijah ate and drank, and then he lay back down to sleep again. After a while, the angel returned, touching Elijah a second time. "Get up and eat, for the journey is too much for you." This is such a beautiful reminder of God's tender care for us. He knows when we are weary. He sees when we are overwhelmed. And in those moments, He doesn't scold us or demand that we keep going. Instead, He offers us nourishment, rest, and encouragement. Just as the angel touched Elijah and provided for his needs, God provides for our needs in the quiet moments when we are too tired to carry on. As you reflect on this story, imagine yourself in Elijah's place. Picture the desert around you, quiet, still, with nothing but the sound of the wind in the distance. You are resting under a tree, the weight of the world heavy on your shoulders. But then, you feel the gentle touch of God's presence, like a soft hand on your shoulder. He is offering you rest, nourishment, and peace. Breathe deeply and feel the tension release from your body. Know that God sees you, He cares for you, and He will always provide for you when the journey feels too difficult. Just as Elijah found rest and strength for the road ahead, you too will find rest and strength in God's care. Jesus calms the storm, Mark 4. Now let's step into a different story, one that takes us out onto the waters of the Sea of Galilee. Picture yourself in a small wooden boat, gently rocking on the calm waters. The sky above is clear, and the cool evening breeze is refreshing on your face. Jesus and His disciples are with you, the quiet lapping of the waves against the boat providing a soothing backdrop to the conversations happening around you. There's a sense of peace, a sense of being completely safe in this moment. But then, the wind begins to pick up. At first, it's just a slight gust, but soon the breeze becomes a fierce wind, whipping through the air and sending the waves crashing against the boat. The once calm sea is now churning violently, and the boat is being tossed like a toy in the storm. The disciples are filled with fear, their hearts racing as they try to control the boat. Amidst the chaos, Jesus is asleep, completely calm and at peace despite the storm raging around Him. The disciples rush to wake him, their voices filled with panic. "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" they shout, desperate for help. Jesus wakes, looks around at the storm, and with a quiet authority, he speaks, "Peace, be still." Instantly, the wind dies down, and the sea becomes calm once more. In that moment, the disciples are amazed. Even the winds and the waves obey him. Jesus turns to them and asks, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" This story is a powerful reminder that no matter how fierce the storms of life may seem, Jesus is always in control. He can calm the storm with just a word, and he can bring peace to your heart in the midst of any chaos you may be facing. As you reflect on this story, picture the storm in your life, the worries, the fears, the anxieties that may be swirling in your mind. And then, imagine Jesus standing beside you, speaking those same words. Peace, be still. Feel the storm within you quieting. The waves of worry begin to subside, the winds of anxiety die down, and your heart becomes calm. You are safe in the presence of Jesus, who has the power to bring peace to any situation. Breathe deeply, and let that peace wash over you. Know that Jesus is with you, guiding you through every storm, and that his peace is always available to you. David's Night of Reflection, Psalm 23, The Shepherd's Care. As we continue this peaceful journey, let's turn to the words of David, the shepherd king who knew what it meant to find rest in the presence of God. Psalm 23 is one of the most beloved passages in the Bible, and for good reason. It speaks of God's tender care for us, his sheep, and the peace that comes from trusting in him. Imagine now that you are a sheep in the care of a gentle shepherd. The day has passed, and the sun is setting in the distance, casting a golden glow over the green hills around you. The shepherd is leading you to a quiet meadow, where the grass is soft and green, and the waters of a nearby stream flow gently. You are not worried or afraid, for you know that the shepherd is with you, watching over you and protecting you. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Feel the peace of those words settling in your heart. You are cared for, provided for, and protected by the Good Shepherd. There is nothing you need to fear, for He is always with you. Even when you walk through dark valleys, you are not alone, for His rod and staff comfort you. As you lie down in the green pastures, beside the still waters, let your soul be restored. Let the peace of the Good Shepherd fill every corner of your heart, and as you breathe deeply, know that you are safe in His care. There is no need to worry about tomorrow, for the Shepherd will lead you each step of the way. Close your eyes and picture a serene, sunlit path stretching before you. The path is gentle, covered with soft, worn stones that have been smoothed over by time. As you stand at the beginning of this path, you are aware of the burdens you have carried through the day, through the week, through your life. They sit heavy on your shoulders, thoughts, worries, responsibilities, and anxieties that you have carried for so long. Now, imagine that just beyond the horizon, at the end of this quiet path, is Jesus. He is waiting for you, with arms open wide, inviting you to come to Him. He knows the weight you carry, and He offers you something far more valuable than rest from your physical labor. He offers rest for your soul. As you begin to walk toward Him, the path feels welcoming beneath your feet, each step leading you closer to peace. The air is calm, warm, and gentle, just like the presence of Jesus. You can hear the soft rustling of the trees around you, their leaves swaying gently in the breeze. Birds sing a sweet, melodic song, and the world around you feels still and safe. The sky above is a soft blue, filled with light, fluffy clouds slowly drifting across the expanse. With each step you take, you feel yourself becoming lighter, as if the very act of moving toward Jesus is already beginning to ease the burdens on your heart. The weight of the day, the stress of the week, the anxiety of the unknown, they begin to melt away. You are walking toward peace, toward rest, toward the stillness that only Jesus can provide. The worries and fears that once felt so overwhelming are now distant memories. Like, as you continue down the path, Jesus' voice echoes softly in your heart. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. His words are like a gentle breeze that brushes against your skin, carrying with them a sense of deep, profound peace. This is no ordinary invitation. It's an invitation that speaks directly to your soul. Jesus is not merely asking you to take a break or find temporary relief from your struggles. He is offering you something much deeper, rest that transcends the physical and reaches into the core of your being. Imagine now that you are standing directly in front of him. His eyes are kind, filled with a love that you can feel in the very air around you. He sees you, not just the surface, not just the person you present to the world, but the real you, the one who has carried hidden burdens, silent fears, and unspoken struggles. And with that perfect knowledge, he offers you his rest. There is no judgment in his eyes, no rush, no demands. Only love, only peace. You can feel the invitation wrap around you like a warm blanket, comforting and secure. It is as if every part of your body, every muscle, every cell is beginning to unwind, to let go of the tension it has held for so long. Jesus stands before you, patient and gentle, waiting for you to lay down your burdens. He. Now imagine the weight you have been carrying. Perhaps it's the stress of your daily life, the endless tasks, the responsibilities, the expectations. Maybe it's something deeper, a fear you've held on to for years, a grief that has never quite healed, or a guilt that lingers in your heart. Whatever it is, picture it now as a physical weight on your back, a heavy sack that you've carried for far too long. Jesus reaches out his hand toward you, and in that moment, you feel safe enough to release it. You take the burden from your shoulders, feeling its weight in your hands one last time before you lay it at his feet. As the burden leaves your hands, there is an immediate sense of relief. Your shoulders feel lighter, your chest less tight. The burden is no longer yours to carry. And Jesus, with his infinite love and care, takes that burden and holds it for you. You are no longer weighed down by it. You are free. The lightness that fills you is overwhelming, as if you've been carrying a weight for so long that you forgot what it felt like to be unburdened. In this moment, reflect on the relief of letting go. Imagine how it feels to walk through life without that weight, to be free from the burdens that once held you back. Breathe deeply, and with each exhale, release a little more of the tension, the worry, and the fear that has lingered. Let it go, knowing that Jesus is carrying it for you now. He smiles at you with such tenderness, as if to say, "You were never meant to carry this alone." Jesus then offers you something in return. He doesn't just take your burden and leave you empty-handed. Instead, he invites you to take something from him. He says to you, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." The yoke he offers is not heavy or burdensome. It is light, easy, and made for you. It is a symbol of partnership, of walking alongside him in everything you do. A yoke in ancient times was used to link two animals together so they could share the weight of the load. But Jesus' yoke is different. It is not a yoke of slavery or hardship. It is a yoke of love, of guidance, of gentle leadership. When you take his yoke upon yourself, you are not walking alone. You are walking with him, every step of the way. As you accept this yoke, feel how it fits perfectly. It doesn't press down on your shoulders or cause discomfort. Instead, it feels like a perfect fit, a reminder that you are not walking this path alone. Jesus is with you, carrying the weight alongside you. In fact, it feels as though he is carrying most of it, allowing you to move freely, without strain. This yoke is not a burden. It is a gift of partnership with the one who knows you better than anyone. And with this gift comes a deep, abiding sense of peace. The road ahead may not always be easy, but you will never walk it alone. Jesus will be with you every step of the way. As you walk with this new yoke, Jesus speaks softly to you. Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. These words are a gentle reminder that the way of Jesus is not one of harsh demands or impossible expectations. It is a way of gentleness, of humility, of grace. When you walk with Jesus, you are not expected to have all the answers or to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Instead, you are invited to learn from him, to watch how he moves through life with grace, how he responds to challenges with love, how he rests in the Father's care. Imagine now that you are walking side by side with Jesus, following his lead. He walks with a calm assurance, not rushing, not worrying. His steps are steady, and his pace is peaceful. As you walk with him, you begin to mirror his steps. You learn from his gentleness, from his humility, from his deep trust in the Father. With each step, you feel yourself growing more peaceful, more still. The worries that once consumed your thoughts are fading away, replaced by a deep sense of calm. You are learning from the one who is gentle and humble in heart, and in doing so, you are finding rest for your soul. As you continue this peaceful journey with Jesus, reflect on what it means to find rest for your soul. This is not just physical rest, though that is important. It is something much deeper. It is a rest that reaches into the core of who you are, into the places where anxiety, fear, and worry once lived. Jesus offers you rest not just for your body, but for your soul. This is the kind of rest that allows you to face the challenges of life with a sense of peace, knowing that you are not walking alone. It is the kind of rest that gives you the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead seems difficult. It is the kind of rest that brings joy, even in the midst of trials. Feel that rest settling deep within you now. With each breath, you are sinking deeper into the peace that Jesus offers. The worries of the world are growing distant, and your soul is finding the rest it has been longing for. You are safe in the presence of Jesus. You are loved. You are cared for, and you are at peace. As the journey comes to a close, take a moment to reflect on the stillness in your heart. This is the gift that Jesus offers, the gift of stillness, of peace, of rest. It is a gift that you can carry with you, even as you go about your daily life. Whenever you feel weary or burdened, remember this moment. Remember the invitation of Jesus. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You are never alone. Jesus is always with you, offering you rest for your soul, guiding you with gentleness and humility. His love is constant, and His peace is always available to you. All you have to do is come to Him. As you settle into the stillness of this moment, let your heart be filled with gratitude. You have laid down your burdens, taken up His yoke, and found rest for your soul. This is the gift of stillness, the gift of peace, the gift of Jesus. Now, as you prepare to drift into sleep, let that peace remain with you. Let your heart continue to rest in His love. You are safe, you are held, you are at peace. Good night, and may the peace of Jesus be with you now and always.